Hi everyone. In this episode, I'm going to show you how you can deploy your application and your files to app services from OneDrive or Dropbox. I have an existing app services called Fast-Paced Tutorials. If you go inside of your app service under Deployment Center, you'll see the two options, OneDrive or Dropbox. For this purpose, I'm going to use Dropbox, but the process is exactly the same. The first thing you have to do is to authorize Microsoft Azure to access your Dropbox account and the files under that account. So the first thing to do is to select Dropbox and click on Authorize. Now you can see that it says Tutorials, Fast-Paced Tutorials. It means that it actually connected to my Dropbox account. Now if I click on Continue, then you can select a folder. It usually creates a folder with the same name as your app service. So I just click on Continue and then Finish. Now if I go to my Dropbox, you can see that it is created a folder called Fast-Paced Tutorials under Azure under Apps. And it is now synchronizing with that Dropbox account. It says synchronized 0 changes because there's nothing in this folder yet. I have a sample file index.html. If I upload here, then I can go back to my app service and click on sync. As you can see, it will successfully bring that file into my app service, and if I go to Overview and then click on the URL here, you'll see that it will bring that index.html. This is all I have in there. Now if I go there and actually make a change to that file, which is a very simple file. I'm going to make it test number 2. And then I'm going to save it. Now if I go again to my Dropbox account and replace this file, I can again go to Deployment Center, and because it is already configured to sync itself to my Dropbox account, it's not going to show me the other options anymore. I can come here and click on sync again, and it will do the same thing. It will sync the content of the folder I have here, Fast-Paced Tutorials, with my app service. Now you may wonder, what are the use cases? Why would you do something like this? Well, it obviously is not suggested to use these kind of deployment for your production, because the syncing of the files won't happen at the same time. So when you are syncing your files, your website or your application may not be available, or it may behave in an unpredictable way, because again, all the files are not going to get synced and replaced at the same time. But you may have a QA environment and you may not want to give access to your developers. Then you may say, just publish your file into this folder and I will click on sync and everything will be synced. You may have multiple app services in different regions, and you may don't want to do deployments to each one of them one by one. You may just want to sync them with a folder somewhere on the cloud. But again, it's not suggested to use it in your production environment. You probably want to at least take advantage of and utilize deployment slots, which I'm gonna explain and talk about in another video. And if you want to kind of undo or break this sync, you just need to click on disconnect. Okay. And by doing that, you will have access to the other options under Deployment Center. The exact same thing applies to OneDrive. It will create automatically some folder structure in your OneDrive account, and it will use that path to sync the content of the folder with the app service.